want your brain. I just want your heart. Yeah, I don't want your heart. I just want your heart, 'cause I want you.
This episode begins with Calliope waking up in a beautiful garden, clearly dreaming. She sees Juliette and asks what they're doing there. Juliette tells her they're in Eden and explains their connection. They flirt, but as Juliette picks the forbidden fruit, she is then surrounded by the snake. Juliette tells Calliope to run, and she wakes up.
Run!
Back in Juliette's bedroom, she goes through her drawers looking for her blood pills and can't find them, leading to her fanging out. She confronts her sister Eleanor, who uses the situation to get Juliette to admit she has yet to actually kill a human and lied about it to her parents. She gives her a pill, but tells her that she threw the rest away to motivate her to get her first kill. After her big sister and little sister talk about why she needs to do it, they head to the fitting for her ceremonial dress.
So cute. Now put those away, and let's go find a little concealer before the big fitting.
After a scene of her putting on increasingly ugly gowns, followed by a talking down to from her grandmother for not falling in line, her friend Ben shows up to talk to her. He explains to her that he believes that the story of their classmate Ashley dying via hitting her head while being drunk was a lie, and she may have been murdered. Juliette attempts to deflect his thoughts away from that idea, which frustrates him, and he drives away angry, believing she's hiding things from him. Back at Calliope's place, their friends and family have gotten together, and they inform her that she's ready for her first kill, and that they've chosen Juliette as the monster she has chosen to take out, which doesn't go over too well with her, being that she has developed feelings for her. She tells her friend Tess, who assures her that monsters don't have souls or feelings. The next day, Eleanor takes Juliette to some fancy restaurant and introduces her to an actress named Eve. She explains that she has set it up so Juliette can take Eve as her first kill. Juliette admits to Eleanor that she hasn't killed and that the one she tried she fell for. Eleanor tells Juliette all the positives to being a born vampire and how she will never have to deal with the issues of non-legacies. After a bit more discussion, Eleanor lets Eve go. The night of the hunt, Calliope finds out she's out, as her friend Tess sold her out to the rest of the hunters by telling them her doubts. They realize that she's been bitten by a legacy and believe it's probably the bite making her doubt being a hunter. At Juliette's home, her grandmother goes to start the consecration ceremony. While this is happening upstairs, Eleanor swipes Juliette some blood as she sees her lusting in a room, then tells her they'll find someone for her to kill before the end of the ceremony, but it's her job to stall the hunt as long as possible, which Juliette agrees. As Juliette goes for the ceremony, she's confronted by her estranged brother Oliver, who tries to convince her that she's not like the rest of the family. His mother tries to talk him into leaving, but he chooses to stay. Back at Calliope's place, the hunter assigned to watch her begins threatening her. She kicks him in the nuts and runs off, but is attacked from behind on the way out and dragged away. Juliette then confronts her mother and admits the situation that she hasn't killed and doesn't want the ceremony. Her mother then takes the blame for the situation and tells Juliette her story, that she was shunned from the family when she fell in love with her father, who was a human at the time, so she can relate. She informs her that she is okay with her daughter leading her own life, but she will have to kill eventually, or else she would get sick, as vampires who don't feed willingly eventually become feral and won't be able to control their bloodlust. After the talk, Juliette gets a text message from Eleanor to meet her out back. As the longest ceremony ever still goes, Eleanor presents to Juliette that she has captured Calliope and has her tied to a tree. Juliette, of course, is unhappy about this, but Eleanor tries to talk her into feeding on her. Oliver then shows up and tells her she doesn't have to do it. This leads to a fight between Oliver and Eleanor.
My, what big teeth you have.
As Juliette frees Calliope, Calliope tells Juliette to run to warn her about the impending vampire hunter attack. As the hunters of Calliope's family and the vampires of Juliette's family slaughter each other, there are casualties on both sides. The hunter that went after Calliope before uses his time to go after her again, but Juliette saves her. The guy then goes after Juliette, but Calliope takes him out. Thinking that she killed him, Calliope and Juliette try to figure out what to do with the body. They decide to put him in their car and see if they can get help. They head to Ben's house and attempt to explain the situation to him and show him the body, but when they open the trunk, the guy is gone. After a quick scare that turned out to be Ben's grandmother, Ben walks off and is confronted by the hunter. That's when Juliette loses control, takes down the hunter, and feeds on him. Juliette finally gets her first kill. Thanks for watching. If you like this content, please leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to know every time I update. If you want to help my channel grow, please check out my Patreon where you can get access to content early as well as see the content that can't be uploaded here on YouTube. Link will be in the description. Until next time.